your neighbours? Tired of your boss? Need a troublesome ex-partner taken care of? Then you need Honest Jeff's Removal Services Limited. Honest Jeff's offers a swift, convenient and semi-confidential removal service at competitive rates. We tailor our services to suit your requirements with a variety of creative solutions to your particular problem. Whether your removal needs to be swift or very slow and lingering, we've got you covered. Request a quote today at honestjeffindustries.co.uk/removal or drop into our offices in the slightly burnt out porter cabin down by the docks. Honest Jeff's. Hold on. Okay, so our lawyer has just handed me a piece of paper stating that Honest Jeff's Removal Services Limited is definitely not a euphemism for hiring a hitman. And we should probably redo the advert to clarify that. Righto, from the top. Fed up with your neighbours? Looking to get out of town in a hurry? Got loads of stuff you need to move? Then you need Honest Jeff's Removal Services Limited. Honest Jeff's offers a swift, convenient and semi-confidential removal service at competitive rates. We tailor our services to suit your requirements, with a variety of creative solutions to any difficult removal problem. Request a quote today at honestjeffindustries.co.uk/removal, or find us loitering around the back of an estate agent near you. If we're not there, we'll be in the rusty Winnebago in the woods. See, we're that good, we even move ourselves. Honest Jeff's. We'll get you moving. Honest Jeff's Removal Services Limited is not responsible for loss, damage, or any of your stuff ending up at Cash for Stuff. Cash for Stuff is not in any way associated with Honest Jeff's Removal Services Limited. Honest Jeff's Removal Services Limited is a totally legitimate removal company with our own lorry and everything. Jeff's is a cuppa, milk, 17 sugars. We also do assassinations. See the dark web for details.
Dunkers of the world, unite! It's Teatime with Matt!
Welcome everybody, welcome. It is Wednesday night, it's 8 o'clock and you're on livestream.com/Teatime with Matt. Or are you? Because there's other options, but more on that later. Welcome to the show! And sadly, it is our final show on Livestream. I'm genuinely quite sad. Livestream's been our home practically since Mud Radio when the show started. It must have been the second year I did it, so it would have been 2010 that the show went on to Livestream. Livestream.com/Teatime with Matt came a bit later on. I think 2011 I worked out it must have been we started there. Livestream are shutting down the free service as of next week. So this is our final show here, guys. I'm actually quite cut up, I'm not going to lie. It's, like Brent says in the chat room, kind of sad to lose a home. It is sad. So we're going to have a last hurrah here, and that's why today's show is all about moving house. That's right. Since Livestream is closing down, we are moving on. So we'll be getting to grips with the new service a little bit later on. Some of you might already be watching on there. If you are, hello, welcome. Now, if you're watching on good old Livestream, don't go anywhere just yet, because we want to say goodbye. We want to give a Livestream a good send-off. So that's what tonight's all about, really. We're also going to be talking about moving house. We're going to have common sense advice on how to move house. Tip 1, don't hire Honest Jeff's Removal Services Limited, for reasons that should be obvious. We've also got all of the usual features. We're going to have a news update, weather update, and a very special edition of Tea Time with Matt's Alternative Facts. We'll be asking you to tell us your stories about moving house. Have you found anything weird when you moved house? Have you had any funny things happen to you when you moved house? And we'll be talking about weird things that people have found in their home when we moved house. I found a couple of examples. Plus, we've got some great music coming up. And we're also going to be talking about that time I was on the telly earlier this year. For those of you who don't know, yes, I was on the telly earlier this year. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so we'll be talking about that a bit later. Who have we got in the chat room? Bren Tenkage is here, of course. Hello, Bren. Bren will be joining us live from America via the magic of Skype a little bit later on in the show. We have Doctorus in the chat room. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Welcome. We've got Darren AF in the new chat room. Yes, more on that later. And 90SP11 in the new chat room. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Brent says, let's move from Skype to Discord. Discord is better. Dude, come on. We've got one change. We don't need to be making another just yet. Let's talk about the next series at some point. Anyway, so welcome to the show, folks. That's all I've written so far. So I'm going to play a song. We'll get settled in, and then we'll get some talking points underway, I think. We're going to kick off tonight's show with M People and moving on up. Here we go. There we go. Music's working. Good start. Whoa! Also, I'm drinking cider because it's summer and boiling here. Enjoy!
You've done me wrong. Your time is up. You took a sip from the devil's cup. You broke my heart. There's no way back. Move right out of here.
Let's suppose that you're right.
Just who do you think you are? Stop acting like some kind of star. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. They brag a man has walked in space, but you can't even find my place. There ain't nothing you can do, 'cause I've had enough of me, baby, being part of you. Just who do you think you are? This time you've gone too far. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up.
It's been a long day. Put the kettle on. It's tea time with Matt.
I don't know. The technology's already failing me. I've got the next song playing on its way. A Skype making a noise in the background. It's all going wrong. Which means we've earned our first one of these of the night.
Fail.
I'm a failure.
Yep, quite right. What's happening in the chat room? 90SP11 says there's a Heineken in the fridge with my name on it. Needless to say, it won't be in the fridge for much longer. Nope, mine neither. My cider is right here, and I'm very much enjoying it. Oh, that's good. That's amazing. Darren says, neither is ours. Skype is so 90s, Bren, you want to be using Zoom. 90SP11 points out, we've had a bit of a Skype remix there. Yes, Skype remix. Which leads me neatly on to the next bit of this conversation, which is, of course, it is the 4th of July, it is Independence Day, so it would be unfair, really, to not go immediately across this pond and have a quick chat with our American correspondent. Ladies and gentlemen, live from America, it is of course Brenton Cargay, who apparently is not here. Right, okay. We're getting technical difficulties on the video front. I'm going to try and fix those, but in the meantime, Bren, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just that I can't.
Yeah,
See, this is why I said let's move to Discord. But no, you said, Honest Jeff, and put you into a lifetime contract.
Yeah, it's you know what it's like, man. Yeah, you try and get one of these things organised. You book yourself into a 30-year contract, and then as far as Honest Jeff's concerned, no, you've agreed to it, so you're stuck with it now. Which is a bit of a pain, but there we are. I'm going to keep trying to get the video going anyway. How are you today, Bren?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good? Only pretty good? That's not so great. We don't like to hear that.
Well, I've been trying to get into Dwarf Fortress, and let me tell you, it's about as hard as, well, trying to disarm a bomb.
Oh. Wow, that bad.
Call back to previous episodes.
Fair enough. I cannot in any way figure out what's up with the Skype thing there. I'm going to have a play around with this in the future, I think. So you're going to be in audio only today, Bren, I'm afraid. I hope that's all right. Sorry, mate. It's all right. But you are here, which is the important thing. So welcome.
I suppose. By the way, nice beard and stash.
Yes.
You emulate me.
Well, you are my inspiration and my my one true friend. So, of course, absolutely.
One true friend, I believe. Inspiration. Oh, come on. You gotta have somebody better.
Brilliant. Anyway, yes, I have.
No, seriously, because if I'm your inspiration, dude, set your bar a little higher.
Oh, I've missed you, man. Anywho, yes, I have grown a beard.
Dude.
Yeah, I've been hiding. Anyway, dude, happy 4th of July. I've actually got you a present for 4th of July, which I hope you'll like. It's I know you guys are having your problems over there at the moment, so what I've done is I've been out and I've actually got you a new president. I hope that's all right. I hope that's not an imposition. Would you like to meet him?
All right.
Let's
see.
Okay, let me introduce you, Bren, to your new president. Here he is. President Duck. Bren doesn't
Are
seem
they selling
impressed.
that at the Poundland shops or something? Because
no,
that is awesome.
No, this came courtesy of my girlfriend Victoria. She went to Florida for a wedding a few months back, and she came back with this from Disneyland. Apparently, they have a shop that just sells ducks, and this was one of them. So, meet your new president, Bren.
All right. You want to give me a new present? How about I get you a new deal about the internet?
Well, what are you thinking?
Maybe allow people to meme in peace?
Yeah, I'll take that. That's a fair trade. I'll go with that.
Yeah, like, okay, real talk. Okay, we may have a pretty crappy president, but at least he's trying. He's the closest president to ever put some sense into Kim Jong-il that over in Korea. Like, you gotta give him points for that. So there's a lot you can say about it. You can at least say
It's the only thing I have to
you
say.
can
on
say
the matter.
quack.
Yes. That's the only thing I can say.
Look, you can say a lot of things about him, but you can at least say one good thing, that he at least has made the most progress there.
Okay, yeah, we will give 45 that. I can't even say the name anymore.
No, that's fair.
Okay,
That's fair. I'm not trying to defend him on that. I'm just saying, look, he at least did one good thing. Everything else, yeah, he's complete and utter. Twit is that like?
Yeah, that's a British thing. We'll take twit.
Yeah.
Twit is good.
Yeah,
Okay.
twit.
Our American correspondent, Bren, everybody. And sorry we can't get you on in video, dude. I will work on that.
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool.
It's alright. It's we'll make do. We'll make this work. It'll be fine. Anyway,
Well, at least it's better than what you had to do in the 90s.
what did we have to do in the 90s?
Well, if you wanted to go, sir, you had to go running.
We did have trains back in the 90s. You do know that, right?
Yeah, maybe in the UK, but here in the US, you had to run.
True. Speaking of which, speaking of trains, I've brought an old friend along. You guys remember this?
Darn it, I was trying to move us into the next song.
Oh, well, I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, speaking of trains, you remember this little guy? This is Livestream from the 24-hour tea break. It's the little engine that kept crashing into the back of its own train.
Yeah.
And we nicknamed it Livestream because it kept crashing. So I thought it was fitting, given it's our last night on Livestream, to bring this little fellow in from the cold and let him join the show. So everyone say hello to Livestream. It's not going to refocus so you can read the number, but never mind. There it is. Faithful friend there. Like the channel itself. Faithful friend. We're going to have a bit of a nostalgia trip tonight, folks. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, you were saying, Bren, we used to do a lot of running growing up, didn't we?
Running in the 90s.
Running in the 90s, which leads neatly into our next song, which is Running in the 90s. Enjoy, folks.
By Initial D.
Indeed. Here we go.
Mighty talking,
It's been a long day. Put the kettle on. It's tea time with Matt.
Absolutely, it is tea time with Matt, and the tea fairy's just bought me an ice cream. He's diversifying.
So it's the ice cream fairy now.
It's the ice cream fairy now, precisely. He's diversified a lot recently. I think he's studying
moving
for a career.
up in the world.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes. Clever. I like that. Hold on a second. Well done. Brent made a funny, everybody. Well done. Oh dear. Yep, that was running in the 90s there, and let me just check who that remix was by. It was by Richard E. B, apparently. I have no idea who that is, but good cover nonetheless. Hope
Nice rock cover, yeah.
Oh yeah. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. 90SP11 says that is a rather smart 1400 class. Yes, it is. It's a lovely little loco, this. It's actually the Hornby model of 1401 as featured in the film The Titfield Thunderbolt, which we discussed in the movie show last year, I was reminded today as I was going through the archives. So, yeah, it's a nice little model, that. And of course it became live stream during the 24-hour tea break because it had a habit of crashing, much like our beloved live stream. So it's got an affectionate little name. We will always remember you, live stream. Not you. You're not going anywhere. Don't worry. You're fine. Right then. So I've got my ice cream. What are we going to do next? Well, since we've got ice cream, that tends to suggest it's a bit warm. But how can we be sure unless we do the weather? Well, we can't. And I don't have a weather sound bed on my phone anymore. I knew I'd forgotten something, folks.
Fail.
I'm a failure.
So I should explain, I do my jingles using my mobile phone. I got a new one sometime after we did our last show. And I hadn't got round to doing the jingles yet, so I did them all earlier in the week. And I forgot about the weather one. Go me. I fail at life. Right, so we're going to do the weather using another sound bed, I guess. Let's find something wildly appropriate. Let's use the technical difficulty song, because why the hell not at this point? Time for the weather, folks. Here we go. Over to the window there. No, not the mic all the way up for this. Okay. Wandering over to the window. Opening it up. Let's have a look. Well, it's warm. Very still out, no breeze. I kind of hope to see some clouds. It might rain at some point. That'd be nice. We haven't had rain for a while. You can see some birds having to punch up on the roof just across the road there. Go on, birds! Yeah! Fight the power or something, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I think it's heat exhaustion. Let me know what the weather's doing where you live. Let us know in the chat room. Or tweet me at Teatime With Matt. Or Skype me at the username Teatime With Matt. Any of those will do. That was the weather, folks, with the incorrect sound bed. I'll try and fix that before the next series. Be a good idea, wouldn't it? Right then. Tick the weather off the list. Done. Sorted. What's next? Oh yeah. I was on the telly earlier this year. Did anyone see it?
I don't have cable.
You don't have cable. Good start. Okay. Well, for those of you who are subscribed to my main YouTube channel, Matt F Productions, you've probably seen some music videos I did based around the programme. The programme I was in was called The Biggest Little Railway in the World, and we made it in Scotland in June and July last year. We were there for 2 weeks, and the programme is all about our effort to build a model railway from the city of Fort William to the city of Inverness along the Great Glen Way, which is a trail that runs pretty much diagonally south-west to north-east in Scotland. It goes right across the middle via Loch Ness and along the Caledonian Canal. So, yeah, pretty good. 90SP11 says, was a great show. Managed to see Silver Lady at Ali Pali. It was the first celebrity I've ever seen. There you go. You watched the show. I'm glad you liked it. 90SP11 says, it's ruddy hot here. My poor lawn is in a right state. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Yeah, if any of you did see the show, let me know what you thought about it in the chat room. And I'll read out some of your comments. But before we go any further, I'm going to play one of the music videos that I made. And this one is based on essentially the main character of the show. There was a steam locomotive, the aim of which was to get from Fort William to Inverness. And the steam locomotive was, of course, the Silver Lady.
Tired of drifting and searching, shifting from town to town. Every time I slip and slide a little further down. I can't blame you if you won't take me back. After everything I put you through, but honey, you're my last hope, and who else can I turn to? Come on, Silver Lady, take my word. I won't run out on you again. Believe me, oh, I've seen the light. It's just one long night without you. Here I am a million miles from home. The Indiana wind and rain cut through me. I'm lost and alone, chilled to the bone. Silver Lady, double talkers and backstreet walkers at every turn. Seedy motels and no-star hotels, still I had to learn that the one shining thing in my mind was the sweet love I had with you. And honey, you're my last hope, and who else can I turn to? Come on, Silver Lady, take my word. I won't run out on you again. Believe me, oh, I've seen the light. It's just one long night without you. Here I am a million miles from home. The Indiana wind and rain cut through me. I'm lost and alone, chilled to the bone. Silver Lady. Can't you find it in you to forgive me? 'Cause here I am a million miles from home. The Indiana wind and rain cut through me. I'm lost and alone, chilled to the bone. Silver Lady, come on, Silver Lady, take my word. I won't run out on you again.
David Soul there and Silver Lady, featuring footage from the Love Productions and Channel 4 show, The Biggest Little Railway in the World. Did you spot me in that? I was in it once or twice. But yeah, it was a hell of an experience, and I absolutely adored every second. Well, that's a lie. I didn't adore every second. A lot of it was quite hard. And the hardest part was actually keeping it a secret that I'd done the damn thing. I genuinely wanted to tell people about the show.
There we go.
Yeah, sorry, Bren, I muted you for a second. I apologise for that. My don't know what happened there, but my tablet is making TARDIS noises. Okay. It was one of the hardest parts was keeping it a secret because we were told we weren't allowed to tell anyone about it until the show had been announced and was sort of being trailed. So when it came to doing the last series, we had been told that it was going to be broadcast in October-November time. So the series opener, Matt's Famous Now, was meant to be about the fact I was either had just been or was about to be on the telly. The only problem was they never announced it because I think it was David Attenborough happened. He was doing something. It wasn't the Blue Planet. That came later. It might have been Planet Earth, I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm rambling. So as a result of that, I had to change the show and just make out like I was famous. Oh, because we're on TuneIn now. Yeah, that was so frustrating because I really wanted to share the details with you guys. But in the end, I managed to get some preview stuff in the Boxing Day show. So, yeah. Anyway.
What was Scotland like?
Alternating between boiling hot and freezing cold, and you were being assaulted by midges constantly. So that's, no fun at all.
Wait, what's a midge?
A midge is I suppose the equivalent you would think of would be like a mosquito, but smaller and much more irritating. Bitey little sods. But the midges in Scotland, we have them where I live. You get midges pretty much all over the country. But they're pathetic. They're wusses. In Scotland, they're all hard because they drink ale brie and go out and beat up smaller insects or something. Literally, these things are made of steel. They are the most vicious little insects you could possibly imagine. Anyway,
they're like insects on steroids.
Exactly. They are insects on steroids.
Oh, wait. I think I got the perfect picture of one. Hold on.
Go on.
Give me a moment.
While Brent's doing that, I'd like to pause and welcome the Tired Scott to the chat room. Hello there. Welcome. Biggest Little Row in the world. If you haven't seen it and would like to see it, it is currently available on all four. If you're abroad, I am in no way suggesting you get yourself on a proxy server so you hide your location and watch it on the Channel 4 website. I'm in no way suggesting that at all.
Alright, here's the picture. Show it on
we are.
Camera if you can.
Hold on, let's try and dig this thing out. We're just going into Skype and downloading this. Any second now. Save as. Add it to the desktop. Just amuse yourselves for a minute. The show is this now. This is me. This is it's Matt with technical difficulties. Everybody. Right. This is the picture that Bren has just sent me. I'm just adding it to the stream. So you are going to see it roughly the same time I do. Yeah, that there is pretty much a midge. That's that is pretty much what a midge looks like on a microscopic level.
Would you? Okay, you want to know the name of that?
What is that?
That is an Ultra Beast from Pokemon called Buzzwole, as in a buzz swole. Yeah, it's a bug fighting type, and I believe it.
I'd like to see this guy take on a swarm of midges because I guarantee he'd lose. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's an artistic representation of what a midge looks like. And imagine you're being attacked by hundreds of these little bitey sods. They are nasty.
Or what would happen if All Might ended up as Jeff Goldblum in The Fly?
Possibly. The Tired Scott says, yes, unfortunately the mosquitoes have evolved to annoy it even more by becoming even smaller and annoying and changing the name. Yes. Oh, that side is good. I've also got my chalk ice out now, folks, because it's so blooming warm. Do like a good chalk ice. It's technically a Magnum, not a chalk ice, but you know. We're brand friendly on Teatime with Matt. Other brands are available.
Hashtag sponsored. Hashtag needs more sponsors.
Hashtag please support me on Patreon.
Patreon, or at least get some support from Audible.com or Blue Apron.
Yeah, any of those. I'll take whatever I can get at this point. There is a slim...
But wait, don't you have Honest Jeff?
Honest Jeff doesn't really pay me in money. He pays me in not breaking my leg again. So, yeah.
Wait, again?
Yeah, again. Oh, yeah, no. The first time I broke my leg, I fell off a steam engine. Yeah, that's totally how that happened. Nothing to do with Honest
But what
Jeff.
about the video footage of that one guy in the trench coat? Who,
Oh, no.
what? Ah!
It was faked. Don't worry about it. No. There was absolutely no cause for alarm when I broke my leg whatsoever. It was nothing whatsoever to do with Honest Jeff. Honest Jeff does not make me sponsor his products in any way, shape, or form. I am advertising Honest Jeff Industries entirely of my own free will, everybody. Yeah, incidentally, Honest Jeff only listens to the show on TuneIn. He can't get it on Livestream. So, you know, anything you see on here, Honest Jeff can't see. I'm just throwing that out there as a reference. So, yeah, you know, no need to sort of read out anything you can see on screen right now. Moving on. The Tide Scott says, I've got my fan on up here in Aberdeen. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Do you know what? The weird thing I found about Scotland is how it gets so warm, and yet, because it's raining all the time, you are alternating between warm, cold, over the course of minutes.
Wow.
So the rain will stop, and bearing in mind, it'll be thrashing down, it'll be getting in your eyes, it's all over the place. The second the rain stops, you're baked, because it's still really humid. So you might be shivering from the cold 1 minute, and then the second you stop, it becomes boiling again. And the best part is, midges, yes, they can fly in torrential downpours, and do. Frequently. Vicious.
Yikes.
Yeah. The Tide Scott
Well,
says, yeah,
we did say they were like mosquitoes on steroids, so
basically.
there you
Oh,
go.
hello. Tea Fairy's back. Oh, thanks very much. There we go. The Tea Fairy's topping up my cider allowance. We've got a bottle of Henry Weston's now.
So went from Tea Fairy to Ice Cream Fairy to Cider Fairy.
Yeah, basically. Other brands are available, folks, but I do quite like this one. Incidentally, the first one I was drinking was a pint of Aspel's, which is another good cider brand. Hashtag sponsored, hashtag please give me money. Right. What am I going to do now? Well, in a moment we're going to do some common sense advice, I think, because it's about time we had some common sense on this show. We haven't had much so far. But in the meantime, we're going to play a song by Ray Charles. It's about moving on. It's called Hit the Road, Jack. Here we go.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
Oh woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the
Ray Charles there and Hit the Road Jack. I get the feeling they don't want him to come back. Is anyone else getting that vibe? Or is it just me? Could be either way. Anywho. Now, our next thing. What are we doing next? That's what we're doing. We're going to do a feature. It's a feature that I know what it is, because I know what I'm doing, and things and stuff.
Fail.
I'm a real failure.
On the second. Yep, cool. Back on track now. It's time to do a feature. Imagine a world where up is down, left is Tuesday, and north is a lie made up by the liberal media to sell cheese.
And Teatime with Matt is actually entertaining.
I'm going to ignore that rather cruel remark, Glenn.
Oh, come on. It walked right into that one.
Your morning commute is routinely delayed by unspeakable horrors of the unknown emerging from the signal lights to hand out leaflets about not eating gluten. Roads lead to nowhere, and every bus service terminates in your mum's greenhouse. Welcome to the world of Teatime with Matt's Alternative Facts. Indeed. Ooh, spooky. Houses were invented in 1066 in order to give William the Conqueror's forces somewhere to live. However, the idea only really took off after the invention of the roof in 1792 by renowned inventor Sir Benjamin Sealing. Moving was first practiced by early humans as an alternative to staying still. This allowed them to find better sources of food and to escape predation by the saber-toothed snail, an unstoppable predator that could only be avoided by sauntering away at a casual walking pace. Angela, the co-writer's archaeology degree, confirms that this is true. The first known removal company was founded in ancient Egypt, and hieroglyphs found in the Valley of the Kings show that the Geezer, one man and camel, did a good job of moving Hakor's collection of shabtis. 5 Hanks would recommend. If you need to move your belongings from one location to another, the easiest solution is to summon a demon to help you. Their rates are very reasonable, demanding only one of your children as payment for their services. However, make sure not to let them into your teapot, as they ruin the taste of your tea. Many communities in the United Kingdom have a neighbourhood watch association, where neighbours gather to drink tea and compare wristwatches. The practice became common during the Second World War, when all public clocks were covered to prevent potential invading forces from knowing when it was tea time. The word mortgage comes from the ancient Greek for no avocados. Estate agent...
No, it's for Roman. It's Roman. Get your facts straight.
Estate agent windows are essentially picture zoos. Nice to look at the houses, but unobtainable. Going for a house viewing as an adult is essentially the grown-up version of putting a party frock on and declaring yourself a pretty princess. Excuse me. It's a projection of an unobtainable dream. Angela, the co-writer, may be slightly bitter about this point. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Teatime with Matt's Alternative Facts, which, as we know, are all entirely true. And I will fight anyone who says otherwise. I put literally minutes of research into these, so yeah.
You're like that one meme where it's like, all these facts are true, change my mind.
Yes, exactly. Alternative facts are true. Change my mind.
Actually, you know what? You need to make, like, a Photoshop. Just go to Photoshop, put your head on that one guy, and just alter the text. I think that would be perfect.
Yeah, I feel that. But yes, alternative facts. Change my mind.
That is just awesome.
Right?
Okay, do it again. I gotta hear that again.
Go on. Alright, fine. Yeah. It's all about the timing, really.
It's the sudden just yeah. Yeah, the news of memes in the EU.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Tyett Scott says, have you heard about the news of memes in the EU? Yeah, that's there's something to do with a copyright law that they're putting through at the moment. I don't know much about this. I've read the bare minimum, but I haven't had a chance to sort of read around it properly. All I can say is that I've seen a lot of people saying write to your MEP and complain about it. So what I would say is do a Google search. A Google search? What's a Google search?
Fail.
I'm a failure.
Just use bong. Bong is better than Google.
Are these Australian search engines? Google and bong. Toss another salad on the barbie or something, mate. I don't even know what my stereotype is at this point. I've lost the plot. It's not difficult. Anyway.
No, you didn't lose the plot. The plot is just moving.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
It's moving away from you.
Yes. Anyway, Google this EU copyright law thing. Read up on it. And I'm pretty sure you'll disagree with it, because if I hadn't been bothered to read up on it, I'm sure I would, because everyone I know seems to disagree with it.
Well, you kind of would be worried, because technically you're using stuff from Doctor Who, as well as your Ask a Dalek, and that would mean that you're breaking copyright under their own, wording.
So yeah, write to your MEP and tell them this is a stupid idea. For those of you who live in the EU.
Yeah, it's a stupid idea.
Although that being said, we have got Brexit coming, so I don't know how much of this will end up applying to us from next year. That said,
who knows?
Still write to your MEP, because it's ridiculous from the sound of it. Anyways.
Well, that was a preview of crazy news.
Woo! Yeah. News coming up on the hour, by the way. In the meantime, let's do another song. What should we do next? I'm going to do another music video from Biggest Little Railway, because I am very proud of these and I want to show them off. This one actually is one of your song requests as well, Bren. This one is a video I made essentially celebrating the people who built the biggest little railway in the world. The ones who made it happen. The navvies. This is by the Proclaimers, the music, featuring scenes from the biggest little railway in the world, and it's a video that I like to call 500 bracket scale close bracket miles. 500 scale miles.
I half expect you to burst into song or something here.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I heaver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's heavering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you.
There is a stigma. All we've had for years is people saying, you're anoraks, right?
Nothing wrong with that. I can't rib it myself.
My name's Malcolm, I'm into model railways.
It's like, oh yeah, I really like model trains. And you're like, yeah, I like model trains too.
Follow me if you like. Just bang the track down.
Say yes, Dick, a couple of times. I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes, Dick. Yes,
Okay.
Dick. Yes, Dick.
You reckon you get finished in half an hour? Yeah. Good man. Yeah.
Anyone recognise what this box is? It's a black one. Yeah.
Where else in our lifetime will we ever be able to find people of the same interest and every night have a so?
We haven't got time to mess around with the colourful water again.
I'm just lost some electrical tape and I'm going to go catch it. I'll reply in a second, over. I think that's a beautiful demonstration of how steep this slope is.
And amazingly, I've now discovered one new fact. Midges still fly in the rain.
Oh, the sodding midges are sodding everywhere, so hey.
I am looking for cream.
I didn't say that, but I get in trouble with my wife. And as it is, she thinks I've just nipped out to B&Q.
It remains to be seen whether the wheel gets joined up where the straights can be joined together in a continuous ribbon from whee!
Proclaimers there, and 500 miles, featuring footage from the biggest little railway in the world. I may be harping on about this a bit much. I'm going to stop now. Anyway.
There's no shame in being prideful in your work.
No, wow, I suppose not. But no. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about it because it was broadcast over 6 months ago. I am, however, going to chuck a link in the chat a bit later. So if anyone does want to go and watch it, they can do, because it's all available on the Channel 4 website. I suggest you do go and watch it because it's feel good, it's fun, and it gets a bit emotional sometimes. It's a great show. The Tired Scott says, "Aye, that was brilliant. Thank you, sir." Or madam, I'm not sure which. But either way, thank you. Right, what is happening at the moment? It's 3 minutes to 9, so nearly time for the news. We'll do that in a minute. Let's talk about weird things people found when they were moving house. In the chat room, if you can let me know of anything weird you found while you were moving house, that would be great. I've got some absolutely brilliant ones here. There's this one from 2013, the Metro newspaper, and it's the headline is "Homeowner pulls back carpet to find giant Monopoly board painted on the floorboards."
Huh?
This is 100% true. In fact, I'm going to stick the image up on the screen in a second if I can. The article says this is probably the last thing you expect to find when undertaking some property DIY. They're not wrong. A homeowner was left speechless when he took up his old carpet to discover a giant Monopoly board painted on the floorboards underneath. Every home needs its own version of the classic board game, but most of them you can pack away and store in the cupboard when you're done. Pulled up the carpet at the house, guess what I found, explained Reddit user Newell, who also posted snaps of his epic discovery. The painted board features the traditional pass-go square and a potentially troublesome go-to-jail space next to the door. Hundreds have commented on the giant Monopoly board, with one demanding, start pulling out all the other carpets in your house to see what other board games are underneath. The suggestion of a gigantic Twister game was immediately shot down, however. Twister is already life-size. A gigantic Twister would be nearly impossible to play, said one user. There's always one spoil sport, isn't there? There's one at every party. Anyway,
yeah.
Let me show you a picture of this Monopoly board. Here we are. I'm going to stick that up on the screen now. That's one picture of it there, just over that side. It's I'm genuinely quite impressed at this person's ingenuity. I'm not going to lie. Let's see if there's another one. I did download a second picture. There we are. That's the other one. This is the it's not in awful nick actually, but you can see there's a bit of wear and tear. I think that's actually pretty cool. If you're gonna find
here's the thing. When it comes to Monopoly, I used to like it, but then I realized all Monopoly games end the same way, with a lot of angry words and possibly a couple of black eyes.
Fair enough.
You just don't play it.
No, fair enough.
It's like that. It's like war. The only way to win is not to play.
That's very true. I did once get involved in a game of Monopoly where I literally put my shirt into the middle in order to remain in the game. I still lost horribly. I had quite a bit to drink by that point in the game, so that's my excuse. I'm going to remain very quiet at this point. Anyway, the Tide Scott says it is a sir, just to inform you. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. I will refer to you as sir from now on, because I'm polite like that. Anyway, let us know if you've got any bizarre items that you found while you were moving house, or if you know anyone who found a bizarre item while they were moving house. That would be amazing. We'd love to hear your stories. In the meantime, though, it's time for the news. This is a Teatime with Matt news update. The jingles seem a lot louder than usual tonight. I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what is happening there. Perhaps I need to just knock my mic up a bit more. Let's try that. There we go. That sounds a bit better. Our top story tonight. An escaped boa constrictor, which sparked a police search, was found just an hour later under its owner's bed. The 5 feet or 1 meter snake was reported missing in on Tuesday. I assume these are places in Wales. It led to a police warning people to keep their doors and windows shut to stop the slippery reptile getting in. Snake expert Geraint Hopkins says the snake was found coiled up the second time we checked under the bed. The best part of this story, I think, is the last line. The snake was unhurt. Well, of course it was unhurt. It's been sat under the bed the entire time.
It was unhurt, but very confused.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what's even happening right now.
I was just trying to stretch a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I went for a wander. Oh dear. Moving on. The US town of Aspen is swapping its annual 4th of July fireworks display for a drone show because of the wildfire risk in the drought-hit area. Officials say that 50 drones will light up the night sky in patriotic colours to mark Independence Day. Happy Traitorous Colonials Day, by the way, Brent. The 15-minute show will start at 9:15 local time or 3:15 in the morning Greenwich Mean Time. I probably won't be staying up, Brent, I've got to be honest. So you're going to have to take one for the team on this one. So watch it and report back. Get driving, you should be there in about 5 hours. Actually, I've no idea where you are in relation to Aspen.
Or I could say, screw you, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
That's fair. That's fair.
Actually, thinking about it, it's taking a long time for that check to come in the mail.
Yeah, it's on its way. It's on its way. But blame 45. Seriously, how far are you from Colorado, where you are?
let's see. I'm in North Idaho.
Yeah.
Geography's not my thing. Way too far.
Way too far. Okay, we'll go with that.
Hell, a block away from my house is way too far.
Okay, that's fair. This comes after Colorado's fire authorities introduced strict fire restrictions across huge swathes of the western states. The drone light show is being organised in the town's Wagner Park by the Aspen Chamber Resort Association, or ACRA. What a great acronym. Nobody? No? No?
No, I'm grinning. Don't worry, I'm actually grinning.
We have cheering, folks. Yay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Honest Jeff cheer squad.
Yeah.
What? No, they are not being held against their will. They are here freely. Just read the contracts they signed.
ACRA has invited the public to watch the drones light up the sky, choreographed to patriotic music. ACRA may have been influenced by a spectacular drone show during the Winter Olympics 2018 ceremony in Pyeongchang. It's bloody Americans. They nick everything from everywhere else. Present company accepted. A swarm of unmanned aerial machines then formed the 5 Olympic rings in mid-air. However, the organisers later admitted that the spectacular sight of 1,218 drones in the sky was pre-recorded because of possible freezing weather and strong winds. I'm not going to lie, I feel slightly... what's the word? Conned, I think, is the word. And our final...
Don't you always feel like that whenever you talk to Honest Jeff?
No, definitely not. Never feel conned when talking to Honest Jeff. Honest Jeff is a good person who has never done anything dishonest in his entire life. And if anyone says otherwise, he'll break their legs and other limbs. Probably. That's almost certainly a joke. Anyway,
And your move from Livestream has nothing to do with Honest Jeff?
It actually doesn't. No, that's the one thing. I mean, no. Honest Jeff would never force me to move services to jeffstream.com. Coming soon from Honest Jeff Industries. Sponsored. Please give me money. Please don't break my legs. Our final story tonight. Thousands of people watched a film posted in its entirety to YouTube by its US distributor before the apparent mistake was tackled.
Oh god, what movie?
Sony Pictures Entertainment, that should
Of
tell you
course.
everything you need to know, had labelled the video as being a trailer for the movie Carly the Killer. But its 90-minute duration acted as a giveaway that the upload contained more than just highlights from the film.
Oh my god.
The video was wiped after being online for more than 6 hours, but not before news of its availability had spread. The low-budget film, which is about a Los Angeles-based hitman, had previously played at film festivals. Had previously attracted little attention despite having been released in parts of Europe and played at film festivals. Hold on.
Fail.
I'm a failure.
Never skip your lines, Matthew. That led some members of Reddit to question whether the accident was in fact a publicity stunt. It takes much longer to upload a feature-length film and a trailer. Presumably somebody would have asked why it was taking so long, wrote one. You can tell I have a high opinion of Redditors. Seriously, guys, I've nothing against Reddit at all. It's just not my cup of tea.
No. I can
That's
understand.
all.
I can understand that a lot of people on Reddit can be, well, very self-serving.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
At least it's not as bad as 4chan.
I think.
Or Tumblr. Or Honest Jeff Blur. You know, there just needs to be an episode devoted to nothing but Honest Jeff again.
Honest Jeff proudly sponsors Teatime with Matt. Buy our stuff or we'll hurt you. And that was the news.
Good thing he's
folks.
only located in the U.S., and there's no way he'll be able to find me. Or no, not the U.S., the U.K.
Yeah.
No way he'll find me in the U.S.
Incidentally, Honest Jeff United States coming soon to America near you.
No. You should have said Honest Joe.
That was a Tea Time with Matt news update. Some comments from the chat room. The Tired Scott says at least it's not as bad as YouTube comments. Well, I can vouch for that. My YouTube comments mainly seem to be requests for more Dalek videos. I wonder if someone's trying to drop me a hint, but, you know, I can't think who. Anyway.
Well, Danny's been wondering why he hasn't been getting any acting gigs lately.
Yeah. No. It's, yeah. I haven't done a Dalek video for ages. Should probably get on that. I've got loads of scripts, but, yeah, it's finding the time to do them. Yeah, it's fine. You know, I have a life, guys. I have a railway to volunteer on. I've just become a guard. That happened yesterday, so yay.
Wait. Did you say god or guard?
Guard. As in,
okay,
train guard.
With your accent, legitimately, it did sound like, you said god.
Well, I mean,
it's tough to be a guard when you're a mortal but a fraud.
I mean, technically, I suppose I would be a train god as well, because I am god of the train. It does not move until I say so, damn it! Yeah. Maybe a little obsessed. I have a wonderful girlfriend who I want to spend lots of time with because she's awesome.
Ooh, how'd you two meet?
We met online, actually, me and Victoria. We've been together for nearly a year now. It's our 11th month anniversary, sometime next week, I believe. Or the week after. Week after. Sorry, I'm rubbish with dates. But yeah, no, we're very happy. So that's good. Yeah, so yeah, I don't have as much time to play with Daleks as I did once upon a time. You know, guys, I'm nearly 30. Come on! I will make more Dalek videos at some point, I promise, but give me time, yeah? I have other things on my mind. Like, you know, life and stuff. But yeah, I will get around to it. Anyway, in the chat room, going back to weird things, 90SP11 says, Monopoly is my favourite board game. Lost count of how many versions I have, including 2 of my own creation. Now that I want to hear about. I want to hear about what the 2 of your own creation are. And Darren says, I know that someone once removed some wallpaper in their house to find a massive Airwolf logo painted on the wall underneath. That sounds amazing. I love it. Oh, brilliant. Right. We've been talking for way too long, so I'm going to play another song and give you guys a break from my whiny, irritating voice. Up next, we have got... what have we got? Hank Williams and Move It On Over.
Came in last night at 10:30. That baby of mine wouldn't let me in, so move it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over. Move over, little dog, cause the big dog's moving in. She's changed the lock on our front door. My door key don't fit no more, so get it on over. Move it on over. Scoot it on over. Move it on over. Move over, skinny dog, cause the fat dog's moving in. This dog house here is mighty small, but it's better than no house at all, so ease it on over. Move it on over. Drag it on over. Move it on over. Move over, old dog, cause a new dog's moving in. She told me not to play around, but I done let the deal go down, so pack it on over. Move it on over. Told it on over. Move it on over. Move over, nice dog, cause a mad dog's moving in. She warned me once, she warned me twice, but I don't take no one's advice, so scratch it on over. Move it on over. Shake it on over. Move it on over. Move over, short dog, cause a tall dog's moving in. shove it on over. Move it on over. Sweep it on over. Move it on over. Move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog's moving in.
It's been a long day. Put the kettle on. It's Tea Time with Matt.
That was, who was that? Hank Williams and a song that I can't remember the name of. I am so sorry, Hank. I failed you. And failed at life in general, I think. Who would like to see a kitten?
Pretty much everyone on the internet?
Yep. We are fostering kittens at the moment, and I know for a fact we have some very excitable, playful ones downstairs. So if the Tea Fairy would like to bring up a kitten, that'd be great. We'd like to see some kittens, please.
Yeah. Well, I find it ironic that in ancient times, cats were worshipped as gods. Now in modern times, they're worshipped as gods on the internet.
It's true. It's true. Things don't change. We've actually gone backwards, because if you think about it, the Egyptians communicated in emojis as well. They just called them hieroglyphs.
Exactly.
Coincidence? I think not.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if cats really were gods and they did invent the internet.
Brilliant.
I mean, no, legitimately, that would make way too much sense.
It really would. We have a kitten. There's a kitten. Hello. Hello. This is Idris, everybody. He is blimmin' cute. Hello, cutie.
Oh, a little Oreo one. Oh, a little adorable.
Hello. Hello. Aren't you sweet? Hey, Idris, say hello to the people. He's a bit...
Smile, you're now on the internet. Therefore, you are now a meme and instantly loved.
He's a bit wiggly today. He's very excitable. Say hello. There he is. Who's that on the screen? Is that you? Is that you?
Wait, is that really how I look?
He's a very...
You've been letting me look like that this whole time?
He's a very grumpy kitten. I think he wants to go away, so you can take him away now, Kitten Fairy. It's your new job title.
To grumpy the moment he saw he was on camera, like, this is not my day.
Yeah, we're fostering 3 kittens at the moment. They were feral, essentially. Their mum was mated with a feral cat, and we ended up with those 3. We've also got mum and her 6-month-old daughter in the cat run outside, so we're a bit cat inundated at the moment, which is not a problem in any way. We have 3 kittens. There's Idris there. We've also got Magic and Socrates, because he's a thinker. They are so adorable. Oh dear. Yeah, a few comments from 90SP11 coming up in a second, because we have one more. This is Socrates, everybody. Hello, Socrates. Hello. Hello. Socrates is a bit less grumpy. Hello. Who's that beautiful? Hello. Oh. He's come to say hello. Hello, cutie. Say hello to the people of the internet. Oh, no, he's going exploring. Oh.
It's such a...
Had enough.
I gotta love cats.
Oh.
At least when they're not jerks.
Oh.
You know, that's the thing about cats. They are paradoxically infinitely smart, yet infinitely stupid. Because you can see cats who are so clever and seem to be self-aware, and you have ones who end up in situations and are looking at you like, I meant to do that.
Do you know what? I can vouch for that as someone who, as family, has owned many, many cats. What is wrong with this light? Hold on a second. Sorry, fail jingle time.
Fail.
I'm a real failure.
Yeah, I've got a lamp on my desk which keeps going on and off based on whether I'm putting pressure on the desk. I think there's a problem with the cable. I'm going to have to look into that. I think we have a 3rd kitten. We do. This is Magic, everybody. Pick a side, any side. Go that side. That's probably easiest. There we go. Hello. Hello, Magic. Hello. Hello. He's a proper witch's cat, this one. He's completely black. Hello, look at that face. Look at that face, everybody. Is that a face you can not fall in love with? I can't not fall in love with that face.
Well, I failed my will save. I am now under its control.
There you go. You've got a loyal slave, Magic. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Those are all our kittens, everybody. For the moment, anyway. Right. Yes, where was I? 90SP11 has a few things to say. He said he made a tractor Monopoly set back in uni. Nice. And one is an anniversary present to the good lady. All the spaces are past dates we've been on Sopiano. That is beautiful. I love that. That is a genius idea. I may have to pinch something along those lines. I'm thinking snakes and ladders, but made up of things we've done together. There is a third one in the pipeline of East Midlands train stations, but got a few projects on at the moment, so that's on the back burner. Got a lot of work for the Model Club, been revamping our club website, and currently setting up 24 email addresses and SharePoint access for all. KLMRC is moving into the 21st century, the joys of being the resident IT guy. Yeah, I can vouch for that, being the techie for various organisations. It's, yeah. In fact, being the techie for an organisation is pretty much how I ended up doing this. Thank you, Mud Radio. So, be grateful for that. Speaking of being the techie, I should probably reveal where our new home is going to be for those who don't know already. If you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or any of the other places, you know already probably where the new... words, Matthew, words, where the new channel is going to be located. I can reveal to those of you who haven't been paying attention that from next series, our new home will be over on YouTube at youtube.com/Teatime With Matt.
Let's hope you don't get any copyright strikes for using all this music.
I've got a way around that. I'm not going to save the shows. I'm just going to save the clips. So, yeah. I'm being clever about this. I've thought this through. It's all good.
Okay.
I'm also going to be a bit more careful with what music I choose. And just to, as a lawyer repellent, none of the content on this channel is going to be monetized at all. This one you get as a freebie. However, if you do want to support me on Patreon, my Patreon is linked from my main channel at Matt Productions. So
I can only support so many people.
It's true. You can only support so many. But yeah, to my Patreon supporters, thank you very much. And if you want to become one, head over to my channel, youtube.com/Matt Productions, and click on the link that says support me on Patreon on the main page. That'll take you to my page. And yeah, I don't charge to it very often. I charge it per post, and to be honest, I haven't done a post there in months. So it's going to be the cheapest investment you ever make, let's be honest. But if anyone does want to support me, I would be very grateful, because this stuff don't come cheap. Anywho, yes, let's have a look at how you can find the show on YouTube. So let's switch over to my desktop capture thing. Yeah, let's ignore the. I'm gonna turn off the Skype camera. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yay, technical difficulties. You can now see how the studio works, so we'll turn that off immediately. And you can see Bren's Skype call in the corner there. Here's what you do. You go to your favourite internet browser, be that Internet Explorer, Chrome, or wherever. You go to youtube.com.
Wait, I'm sorry, did you just say Internet Explorer?
No, no one uses Internet Explorer. Well, whatever it is you happen to use, I'm using
You
Chrome.
only use Internet Explorer if you're memeing.
You use Internet Explorer to download Chrome. That's what
exactly. Or
anyway,
Firefox.
Anyway, from your browser, you go to youtube.com/Teatime With Matt. Enter. At the homepage, you will see that our latest clip is Teatime With Matt's Moving House live show. Live now, and all of the information. If you wish to subscribe, there's a subscribe button on here somewhere, which I can't see because I'm the creator. So I'm actually going to switch to my other account so I can see this as another user. So I'm already subscribed, but if I unsubscribe and then click subscribe, subscribe is on the right hand side there, click subscribe, you will get notified whenever I am doing a show. Yay, good stuff. If you then want to watch the show, there will be a thing on there saying when a live show is happening. So click on that.
And I am subscriber number 50.
Yay, happy times. Right, so I've now opened the show, and it's a bit behind, as you can see. But the great thing is you've got the video itself, which is streaming in 720p. I'll just prove that by going to the settings, clicking auto, 720p. It's not quite full HD because I don't have a full HD webcam. Looking into that. Might happen before the next series. So stay tuned. And in fact, I have just seen on the stream that has now come up. We're now in an infinite loop, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. Okay, and the important bit is the chat room on the right-hand side here. If you have a YouTube account, which you should do, and if you don't, have you been living under a rock, then you can join the chat. And this is basically where our shows are going to be from now on, as opposed to the old location, which is, just for posterity's sake, livestream.com/teatime with Matt. And we'll zip straight over there just to have a look. Please wait, original live stream is telling me I need Flash installed. I have Flash installed!
Oh my god, yeah.
Come on!
Fail.
I'm a failure.
Right, okay, so I'm going to open Internet Explorer, which knows how, you know, Flash works. Thank you, Google, for failing me. Livestream.com/teatime with Matt. This might actually be the last time we look at this. This is it's quite a sobering moment. Yeah, say goodbye to the old girl, folks. Yeah, this is the old site. For the next few days, you can watch all of my previous shows on here, as you can see at the bottom there. They're going back right up to 2016. I don't have any further than that because I wasn't great at keeping recordings around that time. But yeah, this is live stream, folks. It's the last time. It's kind of sad, actually. Yeah.
Cue the Incredible Hulk ending theme. You know, the do 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 do. You know, that really sad piano theme.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. But yeah, this is down here. You've got the video library. If you do want to catch up with Tea Time with Matt and you've got some spare time at the weekend, do, because I believe from Monday this will all be going. So this really is your last opportunity to get in there and watch some of our previous shows. I am going to attempt to archive them somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, but we'll keep you posted on that front. But yeah, if you want to watch any of our previous shows from Livestream, livestream.com/teatime with Matt, and scroll down to the video library, and you can just click on any one. So say if you want to see what I was up to in 2016, just open the video library and click on the first one there, which is the reboot show from the 16th of November. I'm actually getting a bit emotional right now. Is that kind of sad? I don't know. It's
dude, you spent so much time here. I can understand.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, I'm gonna maximize this for the moment, just for posterity's sake. That's my old logo. That's years old. I haven't used that logo for ages. Oh man, when did I stop using that? It must have been it must have been the first time I think I used the current logo is 2016. So that's probably about 4 or 5 years old. That logo you're seeing right now. That's mad. God, that was ages back. This was the logo I came back with, effectively. This was I think this must have been about 2013, 2014 that I first started using that. That's bonkers. Anyway, that's enough of that, folks. Moving swiftly on. Let's get back to the show. So yeah, if you want to keep up with Tea Time with Matt, the easiest way to do that is going to be to go to youtube.com/teatime with Matt and hit that subscribe button. You'll be informed whenever we've got a live show happening, whenever I upload any clips or anything like that. That's basically the new home of Teatime with Matt. So get yourself over to YouTube. If you don't have an account, get yourself one now.
Because seriously, it's 2018. Why don't you have a YouTube account?
Exactly. Everyone has a YouTube account, guys. Come on, get on this. Honestly.
Also, I mean, I should also mention that I'm a YouTuber as well, but...
Yes. Subscribe to Bren's channel. I believe is your username Tenkage the Wise? I can't remember.
Well, that's what it used to be, but now it's just Bren Tenkage.
Okay. Search for
like, it still keeps that old name I chose, like, so many years ago. Tenkage the Wise. That is so cringy.
Oh, I like it. I like Tenkage the Wise. It's a good name. Anyway, search Bren Tenkage on YouTube. Subscribe to his stuff for gaming videos, lip syncs, occasional interviews with fictional characters. I've no idea what idiot he does that
Well,
with.
I once had an interview of Guru Larry.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I've seen that one. That's a good one. But yeah, subscribe to Bren Tenkage on YouTube.
Nice guy.
But yeah, subscribe to Bren on YouTube. Subscribe to Teatime with Matt on YouTube. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Mattaf Productions, MATTAF Productions, for loads of weird, wacky video content, including Daleks doing undaleki things at some point in the future. Again, maybe, possibly. Yes, I'm going to do it again at some point, guys. Come on, quit bugging me. You had one at Christmas. That was only 6 months ago. The Tired Scott says, finally an excuse to watch a YouTube live stream. You're welcome, dude. You're welcome. Right, new song time. This is Curtis Mayfield and Move On Up. Here we go.
Hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication. Just move on up. For peace you'll find into the steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind. So hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing. Take nothing less than the supreme best. Do not obey rumors people say, but you can pass the test. Just move on up to a greater day. With just a little faith, if you put your mind to it, you can surely do it.
Curtis Mayfield there and Move On Up right here. You're listening to Teatime with Matt.
It's been a long day. Put the kettle on. It's Teatime with Matt.
Now, I did promise this a while ago, so apologies for the delay in getting that to you. I'm just sending it over in the chat rooms now. But this is the link to the biggest little railway in the world on Channel 4. For those of you in the UK, it's very easy. Just click on it, sign up for a Channel 4 account. You can watch the whole series in its entirety. I don't appear in it massively, actually. I'm not one of sort of the main characters, but I do show up quite a lot in episode 1, and I do a lot of talking in episode 5, and I sort of appear intermittently in the middle. So yeah, I appear in it quite a lot, actually, but not. Yeah, I'm not like a main character or anything. I don't actually get a name on screen until about episode 4, I think. But yeah, it's it's a good one. Anyway, so yeah, feel free to check that out if you want. For those of you who aren't in the UK, I'm definitely not advising you to use a proxy server to watch this. That is illegal, and don't do it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hashtag sponsored. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. I'm mad, I know, I'm sorry. Right, it's time.
No. You're not crazy. You're not crazy.
I'm not crazy.
You're just sane in a crazy world.
It's a good point. I like your logic there, Brent. I can get down with this logic.
I need 22 Lincoln hats!
What?
I don't know, I was just trying to think of like the craziest thing, and the first thing came to mind is, I need 22 Lincoln hats.
Oh, God.
You know, sometimes I even surprise myself.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with my life, and then I do this show and I realise this is what I'm doing with my life.
Then I wonder, if I know I'm insane, am I really insane? Because don't you have to not be aware of your insanity to be insane? And oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
Oh God, don't give me this metaphysical nonsense. It's too early in the morning. It's 9:30.
Yeah, say that for a Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, exactly. Incidentally, Doctor Who's back soon. October. Yeah? Is everyone excited?
I have to catch up so much.
Oh man, how far back are you anyway?
Still need to see the 12th?
You haven't watched any of 12?
I've been so busy with a bunch of other anime. Do you know how much One Piece?
Okay, dude.
How many episodes are in One Piece?
Set aside like a few days and watch all of 12. Because Peter
I've already been setting aside a few days to watch Rykon Roleplays, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead roleplay Let's Play, then there's One Piece, then there's the new anime, and then there's a bunch of other games that I want to play and record. Sometimes I wish I had a TARDIS!
You just need to learn to multitask, dude. This is your problem. This is the issue right here. Oh, goodness me. Right, let's be sensible for a bit and let's do some common sense advice. So, you've had enough of your current house. No one asked your opinion, Alexa. Shut up. One of these.
Fail.
I'm a failure.
Do you know what? Some of my best shows are the ones where you lose control of everything. So, you've had enough of your current house, flat or cardboard box under a railway bridge, and you haven't bought an avocado lately. Excellent! You can now afford to find somewhere else to live. Exciting. Wherever your new dwelling is located, be it a house, flat, or under the underpass near the Morrisons where Cash for Stuff normally operates, you know that the process of moving your worldly goods from one property to another is a stress wrapped in a panic attack baked in a pastry case shaped like a nervous breakdown. Luckily, Teatime with Matt has got you covered. This is our common sense advice on how to move house, and to do that, we're going to need a common sense advice sound bit. Tip number 1, get the professionals in. Why create more work for yourself? Hiring a removal company is an absolute must. Sure, you could save money if you just hire a van, recruit your friends with the promise of alcohol, and get on with the job yourself. Hello, everybody. Or you can hire a semi-competent team of professionals who definitely won't steal any of your stuff. That's right, it's our sponsors, Honest Jeff Removal Services Limited. It's a win-win. Simply sit back, crack open a can of something, and wait for your stuff to arrive at the new place. Maybe take a couple of cans. It might be a while. But they're definitely coming. Pinky promise. Tip number 2, pack as early as possible. Packing takes time, folks. So you'll need to make a start at least a couple of hours before the new owners turn up to take the keys off you. There's nothing more annoying than sitting waiting around for someone to disassemble a set of shelves for packing while you're sitting outside in a van to get into the property you now own. Wait, hang on a minute. That's making someone else's life more convenient. Never mind, you know what? Take your time. Maybe stop for a tea break and a slice of cake first. Why should you rush? It's not your time that's being wasted. Tip number 3, create an inventory. Although laborious, it is a great way to be absolutely on top of things and make sure you don't lose things like your collection of antique Allen keys or the cat. Try to keep motivated whilst doing this. Angela, the co-writer, ended up labelling boxes stuff, things, and dear God, why do I have so much crap during her last house move, which proved a bit counterproductive when it came to finding things. It also makes Honest Jeff's life easier when they're when they're unpacking your stuff. Yes, unpacking it for you at your new house. Definitely nowhere else. Tip number 4, pack a survival box. When you arrive at your new place, there are certain things that you're going to need almost immediately. So it's probably not a good idea to pack them at the bottom of a box that will take you a week to work through. Pack the things you're going to need first in a clear plastic tub. This can include things like a box cutter, paper towels, bin bags, toilet roll, cutlery, the kettle, tea bags, dunking biscuits, and other essentials. This one isn't even a joke. There's tea involved, guys. We never joke about tea. Tip number 5, visit your new area. This might seem obvious since you're going to be living there, but it's a good idea to get to know the new village, town, or necropolis you'll be calling home. Check out all the local shops, pubs, transport, and other amenities. It's also a good idea to find out where the dark alleyways and abandoned industrial areas are, so you can avoid being murdered. Unless you're Batman, obviously, then you'll probably want to find out where they are for crime-fighting purposes. And tip number 6, change your address. Unless you're specifically trying not to be found, it's probably an idea to update everyone you know where you're going to be living from now on. Get in touch with your bank, insurance company, GP, dentist and the like beforehand. Let them know you're moving and where you want them to send your post from now on. For a fee, you can ask the post office to forward all mail for you to your new address. Only a mail though, you can't reroute those large brown envelopes on mysterious parcels that go to that house down the road, you know the one. You can ignore these tips if you receive any of these services through Sinister Industries Incorporated, as they already know where you're moving, what route you'll be taking to get there, which family members or friends mean the most to you, and how much your internal organs are worth on the black market. You know,
wait, what?
For convenience and that. And that was Teatime with Matt's common sense advice on moving house. Of course, I'd like to remind you that common sense advice should be taken with a small barrel of salt and should not in any way be taken as actual advice.
Common sense advice is also brought to you by Honest Jeff's Advice Forum.
Absolutely. We're going to play another song now, folks. This is Status Quo and The Wanderer.
Wanderer,
status quo and the wanderer there. You're listening to Teatime with Matt.
Coming to you live with a cuppa and a biscuit. It's Teatime with Matt.
Which is apparently all going wrong on the technical side because everything's playing at once and it's all gone horribly. Of course, it wouldn't be a live stream show if that didn't occur at least 6 times within an hour, so all good. I may be a little bit drunk. This is what happens when you feed me a pint of cider during the show, guys. I'm blaming the tea fairy. Another common sense advice tip for you folks. If you're trying to operate a not even slightly successful internet radio show, and particularly if it's a quite big milestone like a channel closing down, don't consume any alcohol during it.
Or at least don't go for the hard stuff.
Exactly. I've just stuck to the cider. I've not even touched the red wine. So, you know, I'm not blasted, just nicely drunk at this point. So, remembering what buttons do what can be quite difficult. That's the only thing. So, yeah, feedback for the tea fairy there. Don't get me alcohol next time. Ignore everything I said earlier about how I'm really sad and I'm gonna need a drink to get through this evening because I don't want live stream to go. It's just gonna remind me of the futility of existence and the fact that I'm nearly 30 and oh my god.
Matt!
What?
You're live!
Oh yeah, hi! Teatime with Matt, everybody! On a serious note, I realised something the other day. Next year is going to be 10 years since I started doing this nonsense.
10 years? Wow.
10 years since Teatime with Matt was a thing. That is bonkers. It's, yeah, 10-year anniversary stuff happening, by the way. More information on that in 2019, though. So, yeah, 10 years. So it'll be 9 years this October. That is a very long time. There is no way it's been nearly a decade since I was at university. No way. That is a lie.
Well, next year would also be my 10-year anniversary of graduating high school.
There you go. That is bonkers. How has that time gone so quickly?
Yeah. Definitely makes you feel old.
It does. Yeah. I mean, it just seems like yesterday I was sitting down in the Mud Radio studio to record my demo reel, and that was nearly a decade ago. That is a third of my lifetime ago, practically.
Yeah, it doesn't help that on the internet 1 year is like 5.
Yeah, that's bonkers. Yeah.
I was one of the midlife crisis at 30.
I had my midlife crisis years ago. I'm way past that. Beard. Yeah, no comment. Anyway, so yeah, final live stream show, folks. We've got 10 minutes left until the end of the show. Joking aside, I'm actually feeling kind of somber at the moment. It's weird to think that this is going to be the last time I'm broadcasting on a platform that I've basically used since I left Mud Radio in 2011. And that's, what, 7 years back now? And now I'm not going to have that platform anymore, and everything's new. And I mean, I know YouTube Live has been around for ages. You know, this is not new technology. I've even used it before. I've been looking into moving to YouTube for ages, but I could never quite let go of live stream. Because for all its mediocreness, and the fact it crashed quite a lot, and the fact that it streamed everything in standard definition, it was familiar and comforting, and it kept that link I had to Mud Radio, because it's what Mud Radio used to use. After I became the manager, we all moved to a dedicated live stream channel for our video content. We obviously broadcast on mudradio.com for the main show, but yeah, it just feels weird knowing that from the moment I turn off this stream and start packing up the studio, that's it. That's live stream done and dusted. I will not be using it again. And that is a weird feeling. It's... yeah. I mean, it's not like I've not been using YouTube before. You know, I've been on YouTube since about 2006 when I was a student at college. So, you know, YouTube is not a new thing. I know my way around YouTube. It's just... it's that familiarity. It's that feeling of... you know, knowing that thing I've got so used to and the thing I've been advertising with for the last few years, whenever I do a show, is it's going to be gone from next week. And yeah, it's a sobering thought. And I mean, sad in a way, but in a way, you know, it's good.
It just sort of makes you realize that things change, you know. What you like isn't going to stick around forever. Like, well, for a lot of us here in the U.S., Toys R Us, because a lot of kids in the 80s and 90s grew up with that, and
yeah,
including me. So just seeing it go, something that, you know, impacts your life a lot.
Absolutely. We you know, Toys R Us was like the main advert I remember from growing up. You know, there's a magical place, we're on our way there. And every Christmas that would come on the telly, and you know, it's been a major part of society here in the UK, and I suppose for you guys in the US as well, for years, and now it's not there anymore.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't go there anymore because, you know, if I wanted to get a toy, I go on Amazon, but it's like... it's like a piece of my childhood died.
Yeah, actually, I guess in a way it is like that. And sort of steering it back to live stream, that's kind of what I'm feeling at the moment. You know, it feels
that like a part of you would just die.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, I guess the best way I can describe it is it's like an old friend is going to be moving impossibly far away. Like if someone you knew and had known since you were a child just up and said one day, I'm going to Australia and I'm never coming back. And you know, realistically you go, oh yeah, no, I'm going to fly out, I'm going to come and see you, and that'll be good. But realistically, what's probably going to happen is you're going to lose touch with that person and not talk to them again. And you know, that's it. That's kind of what it feels like with the live stream channel at the moment. It doesn't seem real that I'm not going to broadcast on live stream ever again. And I've realised it's probably a bit mad to be getting this emotional about a digital service, which, let's face it, was never the most reliable or, you know, even technically good service out there. There are much better services available and have been for many years. But we are saying goodbye to an old friend now. We are keeping a link with Mud Radio up until tonight. And I guess in a way this is me, tonight will be severing ties with that past completely. And this will truly be the moment that Teatime with Matt steps out on its own. You know, I mean, I've been going it alone since I left Middlesex University in 2012. You know, I know that. You know, this is not a new thing. But it just feels odd to know this is it. And that, yeah. And I've been rambling about this for far too long now, but essentially, yeah.
You know, we need to end on a happy note. What happy songs do we got that we have?
We've got, let's see. Joe, I'm going to end with your suggestion, Bren, on this one before we close up the show. And it's going to be this one here. Let me just pull it up, because I've done some Googling. A reminder while I'm looking up the song that I want, folks, that if you want to continue following Teatime with Matt in the future, obviously live stream will be closing down from Monday. Oh, do excuse me.
Fail.
I'm a failure.
Yeah, from tonight. This will be the last show on live stream. So if you want to keep following Tea Time with Matt, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Tea Time with Matt. You'll get updates on when we're streaming. When the new series starts, all of the information will be there. You'll be able to join the chat room there. It's all going to be awesome. And there is going to be a new series later this year. So keep an eye out for that, because it is coming. This is not the end of Tea Time with Matt, folks. It's just a new chapter. That's all this is. You're not losing me yet. Trust me.
Don't worry, everything's still gonna be awesome.
Tea Time with Matt for 100 years. That's 9 more seasons, Matthew. 9 more seasons. Yeah. So
hopefully we don't get darker.
I hope not. Anyway, let's do one more song before we end this train wreck. This is, well, what else was it going to be? This is Everything Is Awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream. Everything is better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I gonna win forever. Let's party forever. We're the same, I'm like you, you're like me. We're all working in harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream.
3, 2, 1, go. Have you heard the news? Everyone's talking. Life is good because everything's awesome. Lost my job, that's a new opportunity. More free time for my awesome community. I feel more awesome than an awesome possum. Dip my body in chocolate frosting. 3 years later, I shot the frosting. Smelling like a blossom. Everything is awesome. Step in mud, got new brown shoes. It's awesome to win and it's awesome to lose.
Everything is better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I gonna win forever. Let's party forever. We're the same, I'm like you, you're like me. We're all working in harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream.
Blue skies, bouncy springs. We just named 2 awesome things. A Nobel Prize, a piece of string. You know what's awesome? Everything. Dogs and fleas, allergies, a book of Greek antiquities, brand new pants, a very old vest. Awesome items are the best. Trees, drums, clogs, they're awesome. Rock, clocks, and socks, they're awesome. Figs and jigs and twigs, that's awesome. Everything you see or sight is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream.
It's been a long day. Put the kettle on. It's Tea Time with Matt.
Well, folks, that was Everything Is Awesome from the Lego movie by Tegan and Sarah and The Lonely Island. And it's 10 o'clock, folks. That's it. Gotta wrap this thing up. Final thoughts. What a great...
It was a pretty good sight.
It was. You know, for all the times I moaned about live stream, you know what? It's been there for me for, let's see, where are we now? At least the last 7 years. And before that, when I was at Mud Radio, it was a lifesaver because it meant we could bring the station together, and it gave us a load of new features and a way of sharing our content with everyone. So I will always be grateful to Livestream for that. It helped me it helped us rather at Mud Radio make Mud Radio what it was, and what it was awesome. And thanks to that, I was able to keep that legacy going by continuing to do Tea Time with Matt for you guys every so often. So for that, I will always be grateful. So thank you, Livestream. I wish you luck with whatever services you're going to be offering in the future as a company. I am sad that your original service is going. It's been great, and all the best. And in the meantime, we'll be continuing on YouTube in the future. So that channel again, youtube.com/Teatime with Matt. That's where we're going to be from now on, folks. So, what did we learn from tonight's show? Well, we learned you guys are awesome, like we do every time I do one of these. We learned that I am a soppy git, because I get way too emotional about really stupid things, but never mind that. Bren, we learned that you're awesome, because you always are.
Yeah.
Thank you, dude, for joining us once again. It's been great.
Hey, not a problem. Even if I can't be on camera, it was great.
We'll fix that for the next series, I promise.
Don't sweat it.
It's fine.
No, you can always replace it with someone a little closer to home.
Well, speaking of someone a little closer to home, we learnt that sometimes the best people you know actually have very little to say at all.
Yep.
And finally, we learned that sometimes the guys in the chat room say it best. So I quote the Tired Scott, who says, "Well, goodbye, Livestream. It was nice knowing you, and let's look forward to a nice new future on YouTube Live." I couldn't have put it better myself, really. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. I gotta go to bed because unfortunately work calls tomorrow, and I gotta get back to real life. So from me, it's goodbye, and to Livestream, thank you, and to the rest of you, we'll see you in a few
Good night.
minutes. Bye!
Bye!
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. The smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night. Streetlights, people, living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill. Paying anything to roll the dice just one more time. Some will win, some will lose. Some are born to sing the blues. Oh, the movie never ends. It goes on and on and on and on.
Is that beautiful or what?
I never had any doubt whatsoever.
Right, get that train going! Inverness is not getting any closer! Cracking effort, team. Cracking effort. Well done.
I just love the fact they're all getting stuck into it. This train's getting some love, you know. It's getting some love.
Doesn't that look fantastic? I am absolutely chuffed to bits right now. That looked absolutely brilliant.
We've got a good team of lads running this loco today. That's really paying off. We need this now to get to Inverness.
Magic.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it? Proper chuff.
We have finally taken Inver Morrison Hill.
This is not for the faint-hearted. This is not for people who give up. This is for people who want to achieve this, and it is something amazing and special.
The novelty, I think, starting to wear off.
Yeah, summer in Scotland.
How are you feeling?
I think wet would understate it.
We're doing pretty well today. We'll all be fine. We'll keep on spraying that stuff, and we'll keep on building the track.
We are winning, and we are so close now, it's unbelievable. Look at the view.
Oh, wow. That's unheard of.
I can't believe it. We've made it.
Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night. Streetlights, people, living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlight people. Don't stop believing. Hold on. Streetlight people.
Possibly the most surreal and beautiful thing I have ever seen as a railway musician.
You can't put into words how it feels.
I should be embarrassing my wife furiously.
I'm just in awe, really. I'm in awe of what everyone has managed to achieve.
That's incredible.
And what are you going to take away from all this?
Friends.
Are you going to take anything away from this?
This piece of track.
Let's hear it for the world's biggest little railway!
Don't stop